Perched at the crossroads of legend and geology, China's great mountains are living cathedrals where mist weaves through vaulted rock pillars, temples float among the clouds, and the echo of ancient chants still rings in hidden valleys. For centuries, poets, pilgrims, and painters have sought to capture their magic. Wulingyuan's soaring quartzite spires inspired the floating mountains of Pandora. Mount Emei's silent forests still cradle the prayers of monks. Zhangye Danxia's rainbow-hued ranges seem conjured by a divine brush. In this epic journey of 10 extraordinary peaks, we'll step into realms where time slows to the pace of drifting mist, where every trail tells a tale, and where nature and human spirit entwine in a dance as old as the earth itself. Wulingyuan. Tucked into the northwestern corner of Hunan province, the Wulingyuan scenic area spans 26,400 hectares of primeval subtropical forest and towering quartzite pillars. From the lush valley floor at 450 meters up to the 1,264-meter summit of Tuerwangyu Peak, more than 3,000 sandstone columns rise like ancient sentinels, their moss-draped shoulders pierced by vines and orchids. Over 400 million years of wind, rain, and tectonic uplift have sculpted the quartzite into spires reaching over 200 meters into the sky. As dawn breaks, each pillar glows in soft hues of ochre and rust. By midday, drifting mists weave through narrow clefts, transforming the landscape into a living tapestry. At dusk, long shadows carve dramatic relief across the valley walls. Hidden beneath the canopy lie 40 caves, their jade-green pools and stalactites illuminated by faint bioluminescent fungi after dark. 2 natural stone bridges, Tianqia Shenkong, arch between monoliths like portals to another realm. Tujia and Yao villagers tell of a great dragon whose bones petrified into the forest of pillars. One favorite tale recounts a young scholar lost among the columns. Guided by phantom lantern lights said to be kindled by mountain spirits, he discovered a hidden grotto filled with bamboo scrolls of ancient rituals, scrolls that later inspired the local spring festival dances. Adventure seekers board the Beilong elevator, the world's tallest outdoor lift, ascending 357 meters of cliff face in under 2 minutes for a panoramic vista of the Spire Forest. Hikers trace the Golden Whipstream Trail alongside crystal-clear waters and moss-covered stones, pausing to marvel at tiny waterfalls tucked behind rock curtains. At dusk, the remote Zhuozi village bursts with a lantern-lit forest opera. Villagers in embroidered costumes reenact ancestral myths to the pulse of drums and gongs, their melodies resonating across the valley. In Wulingyuan, the line between earth and sky dissolves into pure wonder. Mount Emei. Emerging from the plains of Sichuan like a sacred citadel, Mount Ime soars to 3,099 meters at Wanfoding. Its 154 square kilometers of temple-draped slopes earned UNESCO's Mixed Cultural and Natural Heritage title in 1996. Recognizing both its ancient Buddhist pilgrimage routes and its rich biodiversity. One of China's 4 sacred Buddhist mountains, Ime's spiritual lineage dates to the 1st century CE. Pilgrims ascend more than 4,000 stone-carved steps, chanting sutras at cliffside shrines, their voices blending with wind in the towering cedar and fir forests. At Golden Summit Temple, devout travelers witness the famed Buddha's light, a spectral rainbow halo encircling each person's shadow, when early morning sun refracts through the rock-laced mist. The lower slopes are alive with rare Tibetan macaques, their bright red faces peeking from bamboo thickets. Seasonal clouds drift through the forest like living sculptures, revealing hidden grottos and waterfalls that plunge into jade pools. In autumn, maple trees set the slopes ablaze in fiery reds and oranges, a living mosaic beneath the ever-shifting seas of cloud. Legend tells of a novice nun who spent 90 days in silent vigil under a 1,000-year-old Bodhi tree on Ime's flanks, achieving enlightenment and merging her spirit with the wind. Pilgrims honor her memory by planting saplings along the ascent and leaving clay lamps at her shrine, believing that each flickering flame carries a prayer skyward. Thrill seekers drift through emerald bamboo groves in a glass-floored cable car, while others descend into the soothing elephant bathing pool hot springs. Evenings come alive in the incense-filled halls of Wanian Temple, where monks chant beneath red lanterns, and the evening breeze carries the lingering notes of bronze bells. At Ime, the earth's quiet devotion touches the heavens. Zhangye Dangxia landform. Stretching across 510 square kilometers in the deserts of Gansu province, the Zhangye Dangxia National Geopark unveils a riot of color, undulating ridges painted in every shade from crimson to emerald. In 2019, UNESCO honored this site as China's first global geopark, celebrating its geological masterpiece. Over 24 million years, sedimentation laid down alternating layers of red sandstone and mineral deposits. Tectonic forces uplifted and folded these strata, and wind and water sculpted them into rippling waves of ochre, gold, and rust. As dawn's first light strikes the ridges, they blaze like molten metal. By noon, cool shadows carved new patterns. At sunset, the rocks glow with otherworldly brilliance. Ancient Silk Road travelers spoke of Phoenix Peaks, saying the ridges mirrored the plumage of mythical birds. Local storytellers claim that whenever a caravan buried precious jade beneath Rainbow Terrace, the spirit of the mountain would ensure safe passage by, glowing softly at twilight. Others speak of a dragon slumbering beneath the earth, the source of gentle tremors on moonlit nights. Board a specialized sightseeing train that winds through the park's narrow canyons. Disembarking at Moonlit Plateau to watch sunset paint the hills in molten hues. Early morning finds photographers poised at Rainbow Terrace, cameras ready to capture the first golden rays igniting the striated peaks. Spring drapes the desert floor in carpets of wildflowers. Winter dusts the colored ridges with snow, creating pastel mesas beneath pale skies. Camping under a star-studded firmament, travelers witness the Milky Way arch like a silver bridge above the chromatic mountains. Zhangye Dangxia is nature's grand canvas brought to life. Huangshan. In southern Anhui Province, Huangshan, or Yellow Mountain, culminates at 1,864 meters on Lianhua Summit. Lauded by UNESCO in 1990, it is famed for its four wonders: granite peaks, resilient pines, seas of cloud, and radiant sunrises. Eons of wind and rain have coaxed twisted guest-greeting pines to cling to sheer rock faces, their bent forms appearing to bow in timeless welcome. Nearly 200 granite pinnacles pierce the sky through rolling mists, resembling a ghostly fleet adrift on a silver ocean. During the Song Dynasty, painters sought to capture Huangshan's ethereal beauty in ink scrolls. Poets likened drifting clouds to silver rivers flowing among jade isles. A whispered legend speaks of an immortal hermit who once practiced calligraphy from a hidden cave, leaving behind walls inscribed with secrets that artists still seek today. Adventurers descend into the Zhihai Grand Canyon, navigating narrow stone staircases carved into sheer cliffs. The Flying Rock Bridge, a timber walkway bolted to vertical granite, offers heart-racing views of plunging chasms. At dawn, hikers converge on Bright Summit to witness the sun burn away fog in a breathtaking blaze of light. In the evening, travelers descend to Tungsi Old Town, where narrow lanes glow under red lanterns, and the aroma of local teas and stinky tofu beckons. Here, the day's memories are savored as deeply as the steaming cups of green tea. Huangshan is where rock and mist dance in eternal harmony. Dominating the Qinling Range in Shanxi Province, Mount Hua soars to 2,154 meters at its western peak, known locally as Lotus Flower Peak. Its 5 summits, east, south, west, north, and central, are linked by sheer ridges, precarious plank pathways, and stone steps carved into nearly vertical rock faces. As dawn light washes the granite in pale rose, the mountain awakens like a sleeping giant, its cliffs beckoning brave souls to traverse the famous plank walk in the sky. Since the Qin dynasty, Mount Hua has stood as one of China's 5 great Taoist mountains. Hidden among its fissures and caves are the Jade Spring Temple and Purple Cloud Temple, where Taoist priests once pursued alchemical elixirs that promised immortality. Scrolls in these temples tell of vipers transformed into sages and of secret manuscripts written in the blood of lotus hermits, their fated characters still etched on stone tablets near the eastern peak. The most daring path, the plank walk, consists of narrow wooden boards bolted to cliffs thousands of meters above the valley floor. Heart pounding, travelers clip into safety harnesses as they inch forward, the world dropping away beneath them. At the summit of the East Peak, the Feng Shui Pavilion perches like a sentinel in the clouds. Pilgrims arrive by lantern light to greet first sunlight, believing the air there carries divine revelations. Legend says Master Li Qingzhao, a Tang-era poet and seeker of truth, once scaled these cliffs to debate scriptures with celestial beings. Near the North Peak, her carved inscription remains faint but legible, a testament to her devotion. At moonrise, visitors claim to hear her whispered couplets carried on the wind, as if the mountain itself recites her verses. Where courage and contemplation converge at the highest edge, Mount Hua stands as a testament to human daring and divine mystery. Mount Mian. Rising to 2,566 meters near Linfen in Shanxi Province, Mount Mian spans 295 square kilometers of verdant valleys, limestone cliffs, and hidden grottos. Revered since the Tang dynasty as the site of the ancient Zhongnan Poetry Fair, this mountain remains a living shrine to China's greatest verse, its slopes echoing with rhyme and meter as poets still gather under blossoming apricot trees each spring. Beneath the canopy, secret limestone caverns shelter emerald springs said to awaken the imagination. The Moonlight Grotto, with its silver-lined walls, glows softly under nocturnal skies, inspiring midnight recitals by torchlight. Nearby, the Dragon's Tears Spring casts rainbows into the mist, its crystalline waters believed to bestow creative inspiration on those who sip from its pools. Pilgrims ascend winding Twin Dragon Temple steps, where massive stone pillars are carved with lines from Li Bai's immortal couplets. Legend holds that at dawn, Levi's spirit returns to compose fresh verses on the mountain breeze, guiding travelers toward insight. Each etched character feels alive, the mountain itself a grand anthology hewn in stone. Every April, the Poetry Fair revives the Tang tradition. Poets, calligraphers, and scholars convene beneath flowering branches, reciting impromptu lines that flutter on paper banners like colorful kites. Adventurers challenge the Cloud Gate Pass, a narrow corridor carved into cliffs, before pausing at Stone Drum Cliff, a natural amphitheater where even a whisper rings like a ceremonial drum. On Mount Mian, every footstep and breath becomes a line in the endless poem of nature. Mount Wutai. In northeastern Shanxi province, Mount Wutai's 5 flat-topped peaks, ranging from 2,965 to 3,058 meters, form a sacred crown for over 50 monasteries. Its 18,415 hectares of pine forests and misty gullies were sanctified in 2009 as a UNESCO Cultural Heritage Site, honoring a legacy of devotion that stretches back 1,500 years. Wander through the echoing halls of Xiantong Temple, established during the Northern Wei Dynasty, where red lacquer pillars rise beneath carved ceilings. A short climb brings you to Taiwan Temple, its gleaming white pagoda reflecting in lower courtyard pools. Along incense-streaked pathways, prayer wheels turn in unison, and sculpted lions guard moss-covered stone bridges. Legend proclaims Mount Wutai as the earthly palace of Bodhisattva Manjushri, patron of wisdom. Monks recount an apparition. At sunrise on the North Peak, a radiant figure on a cloud offered silent blessing to assembled devotees. To this day, pilgrims leave small clay figurines at his shrine, hoping his light will illuminate their minds. At dawn, join local faithful in dawn alms rounds at Gash County, where chanting monks in ochre robes process through temple grounds, receiving offerings of tea and fruit. As night falls, stargazers ascend to Jinding Summit, where the Milky Way unfurls above worshippers, and the rhythmic toll of temple bells anchors the soul in the vastness of the cosmos. Mount Wutai is a celestial plateau where the faithful and the firmament meet in reverent stillness. Mount Pan. East of Tianjin, overlooking the Bohai Sea, Mount Pan's limestone ridges climb to 858 meters across a 20-square-kilometer tapestry of verdant gorges and rocky outcrops. From the summit, the horizon melts into a haze of sea and sky, where fishing boats drift like memories on dawn-tinted waters. Stroll the stone tablet path an 800-year-old promenade lined with monolithic steles engraved by Song and Ming scholars. Each poetic inscription offers a glimpse into imperial court life and coastal lore. At the cloud viewing terrace, pavilions hover on cliff edges, framing panoramas of forested ravines bathed in golden sunrise light. For generations, coastal villagers have worshipped Panshan as the dwelling of a benevolent sea dragon. When tempests roared, they lit lanterns in cliffside temples, chanting prayers to soothe the spirit's anger. One enduring tale speaks of a fisherman's daughter who rescued a stranded sea turtle. In gratitude, the dragon revealed hidden rock pools brimming with miraculous healing waters. Climb to the Hanging Temple, a shrine built into a sheer limestone wall, its narrow corridors and ancient statues suspended above abyssal drops. At White Pagoda Park, rows of alabaster stupas glimmer in sunlight, their bells tolling with every breeze. For a gentler pilgrimage, follow the hidden stream trail to tea-leaf-scented pavilions, where locals serve herbal infusions and share stories of mountain spirits. On Mount Pan, each tide-kissed stone and echoing bell soulfully sings the union of sea and sky. Ruyi Peak Scenic Area. Nestled in Guangxi's Yangshuo County, Ruyi Peak may top out at a modest 308 meters, yet its towering, scepter-shaped limestone karst demands awe. From the riverbanks, its emerald cliffs rise like a monarch's staff, clothed in verdant ferns and vines. At sunrise, the peak glows soft jade, mirrored in the Li River's glassy surface. Mist coils around its base, lending the summit a dreamlike veil that drifts with the breeze. For panoramic thrills, visitors board the 1,728-meter cable car, which climbs from the bamboo-shaded valley to the summit station in under 10 minutes. Below, patchworks of terraced rice fields and emerald groves unfold. At the top, the Yunding Glass Skywalk extends from the cliffs like a crystalline finger pointing skyward. Walking its transparent panels, suspended hundreds of meters above ancient bamboo forests, gives the illusion of floating among the clouds. Thrill-seekers pause mid-stride to peer straight down at darting fish in the river and winding trails far below. Local fisherfolk tell of Miao, the mountain spirit whose scepter-shaped silhouette guided ancient boatmen through mist-choked rivers. They say that on full moon nights, reflections of lanterns on the Li River shimmer like fireflies, marking her path back to the summit. One tale recounts a stranded trader who called out Miao's name. Minutes later, lantern lights drifted through the fog, leading him safely to shore. Villagers still leave small lanterns at the peak's base to honor her protective watch. No visit is complete without a bamboo raft journey beneath Ruyi's limestone cliffs. Laid-back oarsmen guide simple rafts through jade pools, pointing out hidden grottos where swiftlets nest. At dawn, cliff-side tea houses open their latticed windows to admit the trill of orioles, offering jasmine tea brewed from local blossoms. Guests sip steaming cups on wooden decks suspended above the river, as flocks of swallows dart in spirals overhead, an orchestra of wings and water that awakens every sense. Ruyi Peak stands as a delicate scepter reaching into the southern skies. Tianmen Mountain. Back in Hunan's Zhangjiajie region, Tianmen Mountain ascends to 1,518 meters, a fortress carved from limestone and quartz. Its legendary 99-curve road, known as the Heaven-Linking Avenue, snakes up the cliff face, each hairpin weaving a tapestry of vertigo and beauty. Drivers and cyclists alike whisper myths of how the serpentine route was carved by a single fearless monk seeking communion with the skies. As you climb, each bend reveals deeper gorges, ancient cedar clusters, and distant peaks shrouded in clouds. At the mountain's heart lies Tianmen Cave, the Heaven's Gate, a colossal natural arch 131.5 meters high. Legend says it formed when a celestial dragon, yearning to return to the heavens, struck the rock with its tail, punching a portal between earth and sky. Pilgrims still crawl man-size through the arch's lower reaches, pausing to touch its cool walls and whisper prayers for safe passage. On clear mornings, sunbeams stream through the gate, casting columns of golden light that dance on swirling mist. Adventurers board one of the world's longest cableways, a 7,499-meter descent from mountaintop to valley floor, passing sheer cliffs and hanging gardens. Near the summit, a glass skywalk clings to a vertical face, inviting brave souls to step onto transparent platforms overlooking dizzying drops. Yet, tranquility lies just steps away. The Huayan Temple, founded in the Tang Dynasty, perches serenely beside the cave's rim. Within its incense-scented courtyards, worshippers bow under carved eaves, listening to distant waterfalls echo through mossy pavilions. In recent years, Tianmen's Arch has become the stage for extreme sports. Base jumpers hurl themselves through the Heaven's Gate, their parachutes unfurling against the rock walls in vivid bursts of color. Photographers assemble at Sunrise Pavilion, braving pre-dawn cold to capture the moment when clouds pour like molten silver through the gate, an ephemeral waterfall of mist that lingers for mere minutes before vanishing into the morning light. Chenmen Mountain is the portal where heaven touches the earth. As our odyssey among China's living cathedrals comes to an end, we leave behind the soaring spires of Wulingyuan, the sacred hush of Mount Emei's forest temples, the painterly swaths of Zhangye-Dangxia, and the ink-washed pinnacles of Huangshan. Each a chapter in the endless tale of earth and spirit. May these realms of mist and stone continue to inspire your own dreams of wonder. Which summit stirred your soul the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below and let us know where you'd wander next. If you're hungry for more journeys into the heart of the world's most enchanting landscapes, hit subscribe and ring the bell. The next adventure awaits just beyond the horizon.